Hey everyone, I just thought I'd make a video to respond to the questions and comments I've got. So far the response has been overwhelming, but firstly Aaron, I'd like to respond to your questions. First off, you said on the issue of Afghanistan that I wasn't being entirely clear with my solution. I'd like to make clear that I don't want to remove all the troops we have in Afghanistan. Instead, I want NATO to fill in for us as we withdraw our troops. And I want Canada to remain the driving force in Afghanistan, even with a smaller contingent. I'm sure that Barack Obama, the recently elected U.S. president, will fill in the troops, as he has vowed to reduce the United States troops in Iraq and move them to Afghanistan. And if they don't, then I'll gladly keep Canada's troops there, because we have a commitment there and we need to fulfill that commitment. On healthcare, again, you said my policies weren't quite there. I know I only had a 4-minute video, but I'm glad to fill them in for you right now. I think we need to provide universal health care, and that's something we haven't been providing. And as you said in your video, advertisers need to produce results that they're promising, and we haven't been as the Canadian government. We're not providing people with the pills they need, nor dental care, which I believe is part of any universal health care package. Until we provide people with the health care that they need to survive, we're not doing the job that we vowed to do under the Canada Health Care Act, and that's totally wrong. For trade, I said I wanted to diversify trade with some of the Asian tigers, and you said there's not much a government can do. They can make meetings between business leaders, and not really much they can do, but I totally disagree with you on that, my friend. I think governments can do way more than that. Think of the incentives businesses have now. They have the largest ocean in the world to cross to trade with India, China, and the Asian tigers, or they can cross the largest undefended border in the world and easily trade with the United States. We haven't given businesses any incentive to trade elsewhere. They can just trade with the United States or hit the road pretty much right now. I think that's totally wrong. As Prime Minister, I'm going to change that. I'm going to make it so there's incentives to trade with every country in the world and not just the United States. Monetary incentives, that's what we need in this country. To reply to your video, because I believe it would be apt right now to reply, the issue of labor, we have a lot in common, but I tend to just disagree on your first point, and that's that there's no epidemic in labor right now. You are going to school in Alberta, which I believe has the largest surplus of labor in Canada at the moment. I, on the other hand, I was born and I grew up in the industrial heartland of Ontario, which right now is facing the gravest economic crisis, in a generation. We're seeing massive industrial layoffs in the manufacturing sector. Good family, good friends have been laid off because Canada can't compete on the world market anymore. And we need to fix that. We need to give businesses incentives to manufacture in Canada. But manufacturing is not just the only problem. You said it yourself about skilled labor. When my grandfather was general manager of the Ontario Colleges and Universities Skills Development Branch, he proposed that we need to increase skilled labor in this country, that this was going to become a defining issue in years to come. And it was disregarded at the time, but right now we see it coming to the surface. And in years to come, it's going to come to full fruition, where we don't have enough skilled laborers to work in trades. So you're right, we need to educate, we need to bring people into the fold, get them working in skilled trades, get them working for Canada. And it's key that they work for Canada and they don't leave. On the issue of cybercrime, much of cybercrime is conducted overseas, out of the jurisdiction of the Canadian government. I don't know how far we can delve into fixing that problem on the World Wide Web. It's very hard to stem information flowing on the internet, and while I totally agree with you that this is an incredibly difficult problem to fix, I don't see Canada as an institution that can stop it, and that cybercrime is going to be have to dealt with internationally, perhaps by Interpol. And advertising fraudulent prices is already a crime. I mean, I don't know how further I can go into that, but you did a great job. It was an awesome reply, and I look forward to discussing it further with you. Leo, you made a comment to me. It was also on trade. You said trade was a dependency. That I was going to switch the dependency on the United States to other countries, but trade is never a dependency, Leo. You see, if it was, it would be called give, or it would be called take. It's called trade because we're trading our goods for their goods. It's reciprocity, and it's something that Canada needs to go into. We cannot be an isolationist state. That doesn't work, and it's a backwards idea. So in fact, I want to decrease our dependency on the United States and spread it out. You said, I wanted to reply to your video. I felt that I needed to, but there wasn't really anything I could think of to reply, Leo. You asked for realistic and tangible solutions. I didn't see any in your platform. You really haven't proposed any ideas. You said that you wanted to reach out to different communities. You didn't say how you were going to do that. You wanted to rebuild Canada, but you didn't say how or what you were going to rebuild. I really thought that, on the whole, it was a bit vague, but I really I'd like to go into it further with you and, figure out some solutions. But, I thought that attack on Shiloh, I didn't agree with that, and I did feel it was a personal attack. I don't feel that should be a part of this competition, and in Canadian politics, we need to work together. We need to work with each other. We need to be cordial and cooperate. So, furthermore, for anyone who is wishing to ask me questions, feel free, but it's hard to respond to questions as comments as other candidates have seen. We have to comment on our own videos, which kind of seems silly to me. That's why CBC gave us a forum. As soon as you sign up, you can talk on the forum. Feel free to criticize, to compliment any candidate, but please, I'm asking everybody, keep this on the forums like CBC asked us to, so we can all get this done together. I have nothing further to say right now, but I will be back to you. Thanks everybody for watching.